Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
Act together or towards others or with others. He should interact more with his colleagues. Give an incentive for action. This moved me to sacrifice my career. Be in a state of action. Change location. Move, travel, or proceed, also metaphorically. The soldiers moved towards the city in an attempt to take it before night fell. The act of changing location from one place to another. The movement of people from the farms to the cities. Cause to move or shift into a new position or place, both in a concrete and in an abstract sense. The director moved more responsibilities onto his new assistant. Perform an action, or work out or perform an action. We must move quickly. The act of changing your residence or place of business. They say that 3 moves equal 1 fire. Have a turn. Make one's move in a game. Have an emotional or cognitive impact upon. Follow a procedure or take a course. A change of position that does not entail a change of location. Movement as a sign of life. Progress by being changed. Propose formally, in a debate or parliamentary meeting. Arouse sympathy or compassion in. Her fate moved us all. Change residence, affiliation, or place of employment. We moved from Idaho to Nebraska. Dispose of by selling. The chairman of the company told the salesman to move the computers. Game. A player's turn to take some action permitted by the rules of the game. Go or proceed from one point to another. The debate moved from family values to the economy. Live one's life in a specified environment. She moves in certain circles only. Move so as to change position, perform a non-translational motion. He moved his hand slightly to the right. The act of deciding to do something. He didn't make a move to help. Pretend to have certain qualities or state of mind. He acted the idiot. Behave unnaturally or affectedly. She's just acting. Something that people do or cause to happen. A legal document codifying the result of deliberations of a committee or society or legislative body. Perform an action, or work out or perform an action. Think before you act. A short performance that is part of a longer program. He did his act 3 times every evening. Perform on a stage or theater. She acts in this play. Have an effect or outcome, often the one desired or expected. How does your idea work in practice? Behave in a certain manner. Show a certain behavior, conduct or comport oneself. You should act like an adult. Play a role or part. She wants to act Lady Macbeth, but she is too young for the role. A manifestation of insincerity. He put on quite an act for her benefit. A subdivision of a play or opera or ballet. Be engaged in an activity, often for no particular purpose other than pleasure. Be suitable for theatrical performance. This scene acts well. Discharge one's duties. She acts as the chair. Collect in one place. We assembled in the church basement. Get people together. Assemble your colleagues. Create by putting components or members together. Make a logical or causal connection. Keep company with, hang out with. He associates with strange people. A degree granted by a 2-year college on successful completion of the undergraduate's course of studies. A friend who is frequently in the company of another. Bring or come into association or action. Any event that usually accompanies or is closely connected with another. First was the lightning and then its thunderous associate. A person who joins with others in some activity or endeavor. He had to consult his associate before continuing. A person with subordinate membership in a society, institution, or commercial enterprise. Associates in the law firm bill at a lower rate than do partners. Having partial rights and privileges or subordinate status. An associate member. Keep company with, hang out with. Arrange or order by classes or categories. Act in unison or agreement and in secret towards a deceitful or illegal purpose. Gather in a mass, sum, or whole. Have or possess in combination. A consortium of independent organizations formed to limit competition by controlling the production and distribution of a product or service. Put or add together. Combine resources. Combine so as to form a whole. Mix. Mix together different elements. An occurrence that results in things being united. Add together from different sources. Combine resources. Harvester that heads and threshes and cleans grain while moving across the field. Join for a common purpose or in a common action. These forces combined with others. Transmit thoughts or feelings. He communicated his anxieties to the psychiatrist. Transmit information. Please communicate this message to all employees. Receive communion, in the Catholic Church. Transfer to another. Communicate a disease. Administer communion, in church. Be in verbal contact. Interchange information or ideas. He and his sons haven't communicated for years. Join or connect. The rooms communicated. Do something that one considers to be below one's dignity. Treat condescendingly. Debase oneself morally, act in an undignified, unworthy, or dishonorable way. Behave in a patronizing and condescending manner. Make a logical or causal connection. I cannot connect these two pieces of evidence in my mind. Be or become joined or united or linked. The two streets connect to become a highway. Plug into an outlet. Establish communication with someone. Did you finally connect with your long-lost cousin? Connect, fasten, or put together two or more pieces. Can you connect the two loudspeakers? Be scheduled so as to provide continuing service, as in transportation. The local train does not connect with the Amtrak train. Establish a rapport or relationship. The president of this university really connects with the faculty. Hit or play a ball successfully. The batter connected for a home run. Join by means of communication equipment. The telephone company finally put in lines to connect the towns in this area. Join for the purpose of communication. Operator, could you connect me to the Raffles in Singapore? Land on or hit solidly. The brick connected on her head, knocking her out. A family of similar musical instrument playing together. Go together. Keep company with, hang out with. Keep company. The husband or wife of a reigning monarch. Engage in plotting or enter into a conspiracy, swear together. They conspired to overthrow the government. Act in unison or agreement and in secret towards a deceitful or illegal purpose. The two companies conspired to cause the value of the stock to fall. Handle and cause to function. Control the lever. Exercise authoritative control or power over. Control the budget. Lessen the intensity of. Temper. Hold in restraint. Hold or keep within limits. Control your anger. A standard against which other conditions can be compared in a scientific experiment. The control condition was inappropriate for the conclusions he wished to draw. Place under restrictions. Limit access to by law. This substance is controlled. Discipline in personal and social activities. She never lost control of herself. Be careful or certain to do something. Make certain of something. Control the quality of the product. Maintain influence over others or oneself, skillfully, usually to one's advantage. She is a very controlling mother and doesn't let her children grow up. The state that exists when one person or group has power over another. Check or regulate a scientific experiment by conducting a parallel experiment or comparing with another standard. Are you controlling for the temperature? Great skillfulness and knowledge of some subject or activity. A mechanism that controls the operation of a machine. The speed controller on his turntable was not working properly. Have a firm understanding or knowledge of, be on top of. Do you control these data? A relation of constraint of one entity, thing or person or group, by another. Measures for the control of disease. A spiritual agency that is assumed to assist the medium during a séance. Physiology, regulation or maintenance of a function or action or reflex, etc. The timing and control of his movements were unimpaired. Power to direct or determine. Under control. The activity of managing or exerting control over something. The control of the mob by the police was admirable. The economic policy of controlling or limiting or curbing prices or wages, etc. They wanted to repeal all the legislation that imposed economic controls. Verify by using a duplicate register for comparison. Control an account. Interact in a certain way. Display excessive love or show excessive gratitude towards. Collect in one place. Collect in one place. The act of gathering something. Collect in one place. Let's gather in the dining room. Assemble or get together. Gather some stones. Increase or develop. The car gathers speed. Get people together. Gather the close family members. Sewing consisting of small folds or puckers made by pulling tight a thread in a line of stitching. Draw together into folds or puckers. Collect or gather. Conclude from evidence. I gather you have not done your homework. Draw and bring closer. She gathered her shawl around her shoulders. Look for food in nature. Our ancestors gathered nuts in the fall. Establish communication with someone. Touch, lift, or hold with the hands. Don't handle the merchandise. Handle effectively. The appendage to an object that is designed to be held in order to use or move it. He grabbed the hammer by the handle. Interact in a certain way. Act on verbally or in some form of artistic expression. Be in charge of, act on, or dispose of. This blender can't handle nuts. Show and train. The prize-winning poodle was handled by Mrs. Priscilla Prescott. Serve oneself to, or consume regularly. Undergo, as of injuries and illnesses. Have or possess, either in a concrete or an abstract sense. Have sex with, archaic use. Have ownership or possession of. How many cars does she have? Achieve a point or goal. Go through, mental or physical states or experiences. Have a feeling. Get something. Come into possession of. A person who possesses great material wealth. Organize or be responsible for. Have, throw, or make a party. Undergo. Have as a feature. Cause to be born. Cause to move. Cause to be in a certain position or condition. Cause to do. Cause to act in a specified manner. Receive willingly something given or offered. The only girl who would have him was the miller's daughter. Have a personal or business relationship with someone. Have a postdoc. Have left. I have 2 years left. Suffer from. Be ill with. Transmit thoughts or feelings. Be interconnected. Afford passage. These rooms intercommunicate. Get involved, so as to alter or hinder an action, or through force or threat of force. Come between so as to be hindrance or obstacle. Your talking interferes with my work. Get involved, so as to alter or hinder an action, or through force or threat of force. To insert between other elements. Introduce. God interposed death. Get involved, so as to alter or hinder an action, or through force or threat of force. Why did the U.S. not intervene earlier in WW2? Be placed or located between other things or extend between spaces and events. This interludes intervenes between the two movements. Occur between other event or between certain points of time. The war intervened between the birth of her 2 children. Ask someone in a friendly way to do something. Have as a guest. I invited them to a restaurant. Give rise to a desire by being attractive or inviting. Increase the likelihood of. Invite criticism. Request the participation or presence of. The organizers invite submissions of papers for the conference. Ask to enter. We invited the neighbors in for a cup of coffee. Express willingness to have in one's home or environs. Invite someone to one's house. Can I invite you for dinner on Sunday night? A colloquial expression for invitation. He didn't get no invite to the party. Maintain influence over others or oneself, skillfully, usually to one's advantage. Tamper, with the purpose of deception. Influence or control shrewdly or deviously. He manipulated public opinion in his favor. Maintain influence over others or oneself, skillfully, usually to one's advantage. She manipulates her boss. Manipulate in a fraudulent manner. Hold something in one's hands and move it. Treat manually, as with massage, for therapeutic purpose. Relegate to a lower or outer edge, as of specific groups of people. Relegate to a lower or outer edge, as of specific groups of people. We must not marginalize the poor in our society.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.